on?
I think we're
offline. That's what happened.
I think we're in a panic basket situation.
But now we're back.
Well, at least we are on Dildar's screen. Tetsuo, it's still frozen on our end. Dildar finally finishes off a total carnage with a 342, but he's about, I'd say, 50 seconds back.
Well, we will get you guys back to the action as soon as possible. Tetsuo's now live here, but the time difference is immense. We'll see what we're going to pause on Dildar, what the plan is. Tetsuo on a reasonable time here, dancing between the shrapnels there. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's often dangerous when that happens, but is doing a decent job with the dancing here. He's keeping the orb nice and healthy, trying to keep control of the middle of the room. Is going to have to evade a little bit as he's getting a little bit overwhelmed. Still has the gunner on the wall. I mean, that's definitely a dangerous strat.
Taken down. Oh, that's too bad. And we see Tetsuo, the time would have been about a 420 coming in. It's about a 10-second burn from the door to the end of that animation of the MC with the girls. So
let's see if he can get the ball buster. Nope, too far wide left. So he's going to go and hope for the spreader here, and he'll get rockets.
Dildar, meanwhile, got an orb replacement, and now just now he's frozen on our side, so we'll see where he's at. He's still in tank trouble as of 5:13.
Oh, that is no bueno. Meanwhile, we've got the first arm popped off.
Oh, goodness! That was close to a death at the end of the room for Dildar.
Yikes. 5:23 going into Mutoid Man, and he's got two forms behind Tetsuo. We're going to try to get them lined up.
And a pause here to see we can get it accurate. Tetsuo trying to get to the spreader here. Nice grab, waited it out. Good job. Let's see what he can.
Oh,
the vulnerability.
Oh. Excellent. He can get two forms off of this now.
And there it is. There's two forms already. Now a grenade at the top. He should be able to reach as well.
All right, things looking good here for Tetsuo as he's now picked up a lot. But then he gets picked off by the shrapnel. He'll watch us. I was just going to say, I swear, if that's a spreader, it's not, though. Final form.
Probably not too happy about that death there. A little lackadaisical on the run. Tetsuo trying to get to that lobber, but blocked expertly by Mother Hen Mutoid Man.
And then gets a key, final form shenanigans, which we're a lot accustomed to see, especially if you're on PB pace. This is obviously not PB pace. Dildar doesn't take the death. That would have been a free spreader.
Maybe didn't realize that it was still a pretty new one. I mean, it was right near the door. You have a lot of leeway with that location. Down goes Mutoid. Tetsuo is going to take game number one with about a 6:30, 6:31, something like that.
And not the most glamorous of time there for Tetsuo, but he gets the job done with a 6:30.
At least it wasn't a 7:53.
Right. And referring to game number one of the last match that we just got done calling. And now the game's just really picking on him. You know, there's a phrase that we always tend to say, RNG favors the favorites and underwhelms the underdogs. When you're seeing garbage drops like that on the underdog, you know that phrase is to be true. It's just the way it is because game knows.
Dildar going for Emmanuel, getting some shots there. Well played. Does die after half the spreader, but landing a few. Gonna get the lava refill.
Grab. Very nice grab. Head comes off.
And he wasn't firing his gun uselessly. It does actually make you run slightly slower. So able to not fire off those shots and manage to get that lobber.
All right, empty drop, unfortunately, there for Dildar. He needs another drop. It's grenades.
Dangerous territory there. Gets run over. Will get a rocket. Having to use a continue, though.
10 seconds. All right, final form now for Dildar's. He's got the lobbers.
They can be a little tough on the final form, especially for more inexperienced runners. So far, though, doing a decent job. Picks up the refill. Could get it done with this weapon here, Cards.
As long as he doesn't miss a lot of shots, and this invulnerability should definitely help. Yep, good cleanup there. He got it. He'll be about 8-10.
I got to say, overall, his logic was sound in the Mutoid Man fight. But the regular arena play, the definite difference here, that just shows you the difference between reps and, just working out the kinks, recognizing situations as they come.
Oh, yeah, you definitely have to have a lot of reps to recognize what you need to do as the situations arise.
So we'll be taking looks like a brief little make sure we're all good here, figure out the issues of what's going on. So once again here, just give me a moment. I'll click back into potential matches coming up this week. So Thursday, right now, we have a 4-pack of matches starting for you at 6 Eastern. If that changes, we'll let you know through the social medias or the Discord or what have you. But we've got, it looks like 3 single-digit seeds in Sigma Fan, Dino, and CHX starting their charge to try to join Telio and Lucha Jim as the favorites who will hopefully win their opening matches here. And we also have a great 15 versus 18 matchup between Jackamus Wedge and ET Go Ham. That should be a barn burner. Friday at 9:30 Eastern right now scheduled. We have Hefe Man 82 taking on Not Sid, or Sidorino if you prefer. And currently scheduled for another 4-pack Sunday, noon Eastern start. You've got yours truly, Brysolf, taking on Zelnarak. Aries Fire Tagger taking on J-Pop for Life. That's 2 sub-6 runners. Scotty versus The Real Zero, 2 sub-6 runners. And Space Colonizer and Tapatio J. Stop me if you've heard this one before. 2 sub-6 runners. What a lineup on Sunday right now. That is wild.
Oh, absolutely. It's all at Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. We'll give you the whole seat, but you're only going to need the edge.
Yeah, we're looking at a heck of a lineup for that Sunday set, and we will get to that. But meanwhile, we are back here, and let's see if Tetsuoooo can. I played fine, but probably not happy with a 630. You know, those are the types of times you don't want to see ever. But if you're going to suffer from these not great times here, Bergs and Cards, better to do it in the opening round or as opposed to later when things get tighter and tighter. And those differences are so minute.
Oh, absolutely. You want to be taking advantage of putting together these good times. If your opponent, has a rough run, you better take advantage and get that win.
By the way, everyone in chat, if we could just get a quick little round of applause or aplomb or just a, way to go. Tetsuo is our newest moderator on the game, joining myself and CHX42. Happy to have him on the team. He's also going to be helping out as an administrator on the tournament here, along with Mr. Dino. So appreciate him pitching in here and helping out in tournament season. We're underway.
And a well-deserved honor there for Tetsuo as well. Here we go.
Absolutely. And he volunteered and said, I'd love to help out. And I was like, yes, please. I'll take all the help I can get. Game number 2, Dildar again not getting the Razor Shield set up. So maybe just not aware of how to do it here. Some of our lower seeded runners maybe just missing out on that bit of information. And it is going to make it tougher for him in the opening room. And what a great nuke Tetsuo is going to be.
Beautiful nuke.
Going to be out here at a 38 or a low 39.
Take a look here, and yep, a low 39. You're absolutely right. And Dildar is going to be about at that same 50-second range as before.
Probably a 48 or a 49. So yeah, not too far off that 50. Tetsuo opening drop is going to be an invulnerability. Easy to grab. Can use it as a weapon here on that bottom door. Gets a foot. Would have been nicer to get that first before the invulnerability. But at this point, just wants to see something like, I don't know, a rocket like Dildar got.
Definitely. Well, you know what you always say, Brysolf. Order of operations game.
Oh, yeah, it's not just the drops. It's not just the order. It's the locations as well. And Dildar gets the opening orb. Now, can he keep it healthy here? Tetsuo still chasing. Not getting much in the way of help.
No, not at all here. We may see some of this lead cut if Dildar can keep this orb healthy. Gets a late razor now.
Drops it right near the end of the room here. It's still even then. That nuke, that will finish the room. Does he recognize it? He does.
All right, so he does finish the room, but a lost opportunity there, not grabbing the orb and keeping it in collect power-ups. So I'll have to fish for one and eat my shrapnel. He will get one.
So that's 2-0 on the orbs here for Dildar. Rockets back-to-back for Tetsuo. Doing the right thing, just letting fly because you have a refill. Just fire, fire, fire. And now, gonna take his time.
He's got his orb there in a perfect spot for Tetsuo, so he should be able to clean up this room no problem at all.
He must have gone to the Brysolf school of this room where he's not counting the shrapnel, so he's guessing when it's done. And another dropped orb for Dildar.
Yeah, that's just another mistake right there.
Oh, and a dropped orb! He was a little lackadaisical. Missed his shot, and he was a little too gung-ho to go after that rocket there, Carrots.
So a big lost opportunity there for Tetsuo. He really could have built on a humongous lead here as Dildar gets a razor shield. Would have been nice if he still had that orb, but nonetheless, he's got some good weapons. He's got a spreader to go with it.
Missed it on the initial grab, but recognized it, got it there. A nuke for Tetsuo. Let's see what the plan is going to be from the game. It's nukes and dudes.
Not really the best combination here in Total Carnage. There's a spreader for Tetsuo and invulnerability for Dildar, then a grenade. That ain't great. Spreader, or rather a razor shield for Tetsuo.
Yeah, these are not the drops you want to see. Rockets on the feet, though, for Tetsuo. There's nothing wrong with that.
You'll take that drop, especially when you don't have an orb. So that's going to clean up the room for Tetsuo. And you know what? When you don't have the orb, this is a good starter to have in tank trouble because he can get both gunners off easily with this half clip.
He's got a lot of shots still in the chamber to see how it plays out. Dildar, meanwhile, now doing a better job of holding the middle with the spreader. And as I say that, it runs out and immediately loses control. Gets an orb right in his path back to the middle. Here comes the swirl. Handles it well. Just trying to finish the room out here as Tetsuo exits the bonus room at 340. And it's getting a little dicey for Dildar.
Man, he's still got a lot of foot soldiers left here. The grunts are finally gone, but man, it's a 350 into the bonus room. Tetsuo in firm control right now, even without an orb.
Yeah, that rocket allowing no problems for Tetsuo, ignoring the dude, the extra life, if you will, and just holding down the middle. More rockets for Tetsuo, and with really accurate fire, could finish most of the room here. Let's see, will he use the nuke early and try to force one more drop? Looks like he's going to...
And he's going to ignore it. He wants to keep the fire. Yep, he wants to focus on the... Oh, my God! How did he nearly thread that needle there, Bri?
I wish I could have seen it because unfortunately my internet decided that was the right time to take a 6-second.
Well, what happened was he found a nuke. He grabbed the nuke and he died, and the foot soldiers died with him. He grabbed the nuke at the same time he got clubbed.
The old perfect bid, I suppose. Early spreader here. If he recognizes he can get some manuals here, and he gets some, but it was so far away he didn't get much. And now he's got a manual with gunners, never an easy ask.
Oh, and Dildar loses the orb late here in tank trouble as he tried for that spreader. There's a rocket there in a very precarious spot. Oh, he is clubbed down.
He actually got it. I think that was the end of the room.
It was. That's rough.
Still, though, 507. If he can drop about a 2-minute mutoid, that would be PB.
If he gets a drop like what Tetsuo just got, he definitely can get that because Tetsuo is going to get a couple of forms off this. But of course, the one concern is that gunner. And there it is.
Oh, no.
We have a glitch toid. We do have a glitch toid. Our first one of the tournament, gentlemen.
Dildar had a spreader, but he couldn't die immediately. And then he thought about grabbing it, and then he backed off, and then it was covered up. And unfortunately, an early wasted opportunity there. Just didn't quite have a chance.
Another spreader for Tetsuo here.
Dildar takes the death, gets a rocket, unfortunately. Final form Tetsuo off another great spreader. Pouring on the damage, but runs out of a weapon as Dildar pops the first arm.
Are we going to get, I was just about to say, we're going to get the classic empty drop. Then he just had a couple shots left. That could have been a really, really, really good Mutoid Man fight, but that was still very impressive for Tetsuo. Good time for him. He'll be up 2-0 in this best of 5. And again, even when Dildar has a solid performance, the game just gives him nothing in terms of drops. And when he does get the drops, they're in the worst spots in the world.
Well, you know, it's one of those things. This game, more often than not, is not going to be nice to you.
Not at all.
It is a little shocking that this game just seems to be mean. You know, an arcade machine designed to take your quarters. Going to be mean. Nice grab by Dildar there on the rocket grab. Gets sniped, but does not pick up the lobber while dying. So that's something at least.
Yeah, that's going to help him out. We should have the head popping real soon.
Oh, he's having the thing where the hitbox doesn't actually activate there. Sometimes the outer edge of the hitboxes can get a
Gee,
little
what does
janky.
that? Gee, what does that remind me of? Golly, there's like another fight in this game that what just happened to Dildar reminds me of, but I can't put my finger on it.
Oh, we don't got to worry about Scarface for this tournament.
Thank goodness, right?
Dildar pounding home shots, could grab that lobber, may not know that he has a little bit of leeway to make that grab. Still waiting on the next drop. It's probably being sat on here. Still being sat on. Can't see it. Never got a look. So he's going to take a death down. Hope for the spreader. It's a lobber.
Yeah, that was
And
just
it's under Mutoid Man.
Yeah, it's under Mutoid Man. There's so many blocks here. He finally gets his weapon.
Should change to final form here in a moment. Dildar throwing down, considering with how this has been.
Ooh,
Wow.
that's an intriguing idea that Space Colonizer just put in chat. A boss rush tournament. Oh, I would love to see that. Somebody like take the pieces of Super Smash TV, because you know I've seen it with like say Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2 where there's an entire game where it's just boss rush. I'd like to see that where you have Mutoid Man, Scarface, the Cobras, and then Evil MC. That would be something. I would be for that.
Either that or just have people reset and put in the boss code and go select. But yeah, I know what you're saying. That would be interesting. But either way, Tetsuoooo up 2-0 here. Dildar is in tough. He's going to need to clean up that regular arena play to have a shot at trying to catch Tetsuoooo, or at least get a shot at a PB here.
Oh, is that a fact? 3Creepio has done a boss rush hack of this game where it is like that.
Could be a fun little diversion for a fall event, perhaps. But for now, we are in the 8th annual Easy Percent tournament here. Opening night, our third matchup of the night of 3. Tetsuoooo looking to keep that serve held down for the higher seeds and win this in 3. Dildar looking to force a game 4, or at the very least pick up a PB.
That would be nice indeed, but obviously he's going to have to clean up on his arena play. You know, he's played the Mutoid Man fights decently. He's just not gotten the right drops in the right spots.
We should be underway momentarily here. And remember, we have many, many matches coming up for you. Thursday, a 4-pack. A single shot on Friday, and currently scheduled for Sunday. We have a set of 4 matches, 3 of which involve 2 runners taking on one another with PBs of under 6 minutes. So some crazy good matches showing you how deep this tournament is now. There's 22 runners that have a PB under 6 minutes.
That is absolutely fantastic here. Will we see some more join the ranks of that sub-6 club? Time will tell. Game number 3 between Tetsuoooo and Dildar. And once again, no Razor Shield for Dildar.
No, probably just not aware of how to set that up, and something to pass along, I'm sure we will, for his next matchup. Oh, he didn't let the shield form, and he runs right into the grunts.
Seen that happen before.
That is a rough one for Dildar.
A little sideline reporting here. It was mentioned in the race room that Dildar does not know how to do the setup, and he literally said, "So don't wait for me on it."
Fair deal. And he's going to finish this up, and this will be his worst opener by far. It's going to be 57, 58.
Yeah, when you take 2 deaths like that, yeah, you're going to turn in a time like that. So Tetsuoooo in clear control here in game number 1, or game number 3. He's looking to win this game to advance to the next round. He's got some rockets. He's got a foot, which will enable him to take firm control of the middle. And now he gets an orb to go with it. Wow.
Dildar getting grenades and now picking up a Razor Shield can at least hold us down. Getting rockets here, and Tetsuoooo is going to be on a fine time, a 124.
Yep, that's a solid time going into Eat My Shrapnel, especially with a later orb like that and not getting anything to start. So he'll definitely take that as a time. It's a spreader here, which should help clean up the mess.
Dildar, meanwhile, using Vitamin R here near the end of the room to finish it up. And going to be out in about 147.
Yep, 147, so he's already 23 seconds back. He'll be looking for an orb, a key for Tetsuoooo. So Doesn't need, of course, any drops. He would like to have, a rocket to finish it up. He's going to grab the grenade to hopefully finish up this room. Is that the last one? Nope.
This should be the last one.
And it is. 2:07 into total carnage.
This time, just a great cleanup there, no problem. Has a razor shield near the door. Good job. He just made sure he was clean on the spawns. Picks it up, and he should be able to pound away here with impunity and be out of here sub 3, provided there's...
And Dildar having a rough time here in Eat My Shrapnel. Rockets for Tetsuoooo, but it's in an impossible to get location when you have a razor shield, because the razor shield, as nice as it is, does restrict your movement. So if there's a weapon on the far edges of the wall, you can't grab it unless you break the shield.
And that's going to be about, what, a 39-second lead or so?
Give or take,
Tetsuoooo.
yeah. Yes. Rockets to start for Dildar in this room. Almost gets clubbed by both. Wow. And then the shrapnel picks him off. My word. Almost gets the sub 3. Tetsuoooo with the 3:01 into the bonus room.
It was reasonably played there from Tetsuoooo. Maybe a little loose on his firing lanes as Dildar goes down again. And a continue in total carnage. That is not what you want to see.
That's not what you want to see casually or in a race.
Yeah, definitely not. So Dildar using a nuke there as Tetsuoooo heads into tank trouble. Opening drop here always helps a lot. Vulnerability just going to help him stay safe for a couple seconds from the bullets and shrapnel.
Yeah, pretty much what we're seeing in game number 1.
Oh, this is dicey.
Ooh,
wow. A little bit of a dicey grab. He's able to stay outside the bullets there. He loses the orb, but you know what? He could still ride these rockets for a while here, but he's probably got another 10 to 15 seconds of this room. He's going to need to see a weapon soon. Those rockets are depleting fast.
And there they go. He gets an invulnerability. He's going to try to take out as many of the people at the door as possible. Then he gets a spreader, which could finish the room at will. As Dildar is in the bonus room at about 4:14, and it's a 4:18 for Tetsuoooo. He'll be looking to get a 100-second fight to get a sub 6.
Something a little less than that if he wants to set the best time in this year's tournament to this point, which is a 5:53.
Yes.
L01. Nice use of that spreader. He was able to get some damage, but the grenade is sat on. He will not be able to get that. So just working on the gunners with his regular weapon, which does not damage Mutoid Man.
No, but if you can get the gunners off, which he does, that'll make your life a little bit easier. There's a spreader, too late to die for it. He could have maybe died for it, but that would have been so risky. But never mind, He gets an invulnerability to go with the spreader. My gosh, the rich continuing to get richer here,
Three forms on that spreader and another glitch toy. Meanwhile, Dildar is putting on a hell of an effort here to keep this orb alive.
Yeah.
Still dancing here. Head pop for Tetsuoooo.
Wow, I'm impressed with Dildar's movement here, but finally loses his luck.
Finally taken down, but man, he did a great job. He's got rockets in the middle. Final form Tetsuoooo. Not getting a ton of transfer damage.
No, but he needs here comes the final form shenanigans that we see all the time. This might cost him his sub 6.
Oh, and Dildar gets taken down right at the end of the room again.
That's the second race in a row that's happened to him. Final form for Tetsuoooo. These grenades are not going to do it, and there's not going to be a sub 6 in Tetsuo's future. The final form, doing final form things. He needs another weapon. Spreader should do it for him. And it does.
Not too much left to get. Here's a great spreader chance for Dildar now. He's drawn dead in this matchup, but maybe a PB with some insane luck is what he'd have to see. He's trying to manual now, and he is going to die near the end of it. He's almost got 2 forms done. Looking for a weapon. It's rockets in the top left.
Yeah, they'll be nice to take down the gunners, but then he gets a spreader. But it's that's a long ways to go.
He can get this. Oh, nope. He didn't cut it close enough. He would have had to cut really tight to Mutoid, but it was gettable.
And then it was an invulnerability. Of course, that would have been a very nice chain.
Ugh. That's all you can say.
And then he gets another invulnerability just for the game to show him who's boss. How many times do we see that? There's a lobber for Dildar. That'll be a second continue, but he will get a spreader if he can get there without being blocked. Come on, don't block him. There you go.
And finally gets that second arm off that should have popped a minute ago. Just things didn't quite work out for him. Takes the death here. He will not get that spreader.
No, he was never going to get it. He got run over trying to get the manuals. And again, are you kidding me, game? Knock it off.
Seriously?
Yeah, that game's just toying with Dildar now. He's getting the right things in the wrong order. There's a key. My God. 3 empty drops in a row. Do I hear 4? Nope, it's a lobber on the feet.
Well, you know what? The game's like, all right, I'll throw you a break. Hey, look, another empty drop.
I was about to go auctioneer here. If that would have been empty drop and then the key, I would have been going auctioneer. But thankfully, I don't have to do that. There's a spreader, but he does not take the death.
You really had no idea of how long it had been there, and he decided to let it go there. And he is going to now start penning in grenade shots. That's his 4th key of this room, I believe.
I believe the record is 9 keys in a single game. And I think it happened in last year's tournament. Somebody had 9 keys.
It puts that 14 that Jack and I had at SGQ 2018 really in its place, which is already insane, by the way, for a 2-player speed run.
Oh, yeah.
14 keys, but this is unreal. So many empty drops. Poor Dildar. This is beyond cruel, game. He's got a shrapnel chasing him down, but he recognizes their final form coming up here. Dildar finally getting some lobbers to chain together, which, good consistent damage.
Yeah, where was this a couple of minutes ago, when he still had a chance to turn in a very impressive time, but not to be. This lobber could do it if he lands his shots. If not, then it'll be this.
Oh, he was trying to grab it. I think
is he gonna get picked on? Well, yes, he is. Because he only needed a couple lobbers to finish the job. Valiant effort from Dildar, but it is Tetsuoooo. Who takes it away 3-0 and advances to the next round of the winners bracket.